Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. In this video, I'll be solving a puzzle that was published on GM Puzzles a few weeks ago, and it was called Thermo Skyscrapers, a variant of the classic skyscrapers puzzles, and it was set by Serkan Yürekli, who's a regular on this great website. This is what it looks like, so I'll just recall what the rules are. For skyscrapers, you have to fill in all those cells with digits from 1 to 6, and those digits are interpreted as the heights of some buildings. Oh, I forgot the plural here. Well, never mind. So let's imagine I fill in with some digits in here. So those are buildings. And now on each side, we could have a clue, a hint. I should have said outer clue. Yes, we should have a clue indicating the number of buildings visible in the corresponding direction. For example, from this side, you see the building of height 5, then height 6 is higher, so it's not hidden behind the building of height 5, but this one hides all those ones from view. So we only see 2 digits, and the outer clue should be a 2. On the other side, we would see buildings number 2, 3, 4. 1 would be hidden. We would see number 6, but 5 would be hidden behind the 6. So that's 4 buildings visible in this direction. Now there's a special rule on this puzzle, which is a thermo, inspired by what is commonly used on Sudoku. And those thermometers contain digits that increase starting from the bulb. So this could be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and so on. These are the standard time, the way you can compare to the best solvers, and then good solvers, very good solvers and good solvers. So let's start. First, I mentioned that I've already solved this puzzle at the time, so that's not totally a live solve. Okay, so first things first, let's look for the possible locations of 6s. And this row is very busy. We have thermometers of some length. This is length 4, and 6 can only be on the end of the thermometer. So on this column, 6 can only be here or there. Now on this row, 6 can't be here, can't be here, can't be in the bulbs, so 6 has to go in one of those cells. But then we have a thermometer. This is at least 1, at least 2, at least 3, at least 4. So this is at least 4, meaning that we should see at least 4 buildings in this direction. But if 6 is here, then it blocks from view all those buildings, and the number of visible buildings can't be 4, it's a maximum of 3. So 6 can't be here, 6 has to be here, and now we know that the number of visible buildings has a maximum of 4, but this number has a minimum of 4 as well, so it has to be a 4. And the thermometer must be filled in this way. Now this is increasing, so the possibilities are 2, 3, and not 4, because 4 would be too large for the remaining digits here. So this is 2, 3, or 5, or 4 actually. No, sorry, that's 3, 4, or 5, because those ones are increasing. That's the variant gets along very well with the original puzzle, because This is a kind of thermometer. And those are increasing as well, so that's also 2, 3, or 4, and 3, 4, or 5 here, 4, 5, or 6 here. And since this is increasing, we now know that those 3 digits are in increasing order, and those are blocks from view by the 6, so the outside clue must be a 3, and the only way this thermo is fulfilled is with a 4, a 5, and a 6, making this a 3 and this a 2. Now those increase. This one is 3 or 4, this is 4 or 5, this is 5 or 6. Now, where is 6 on this column? It can't be here because this digit is bigger than this one. And if 6 is here, then this clue has to be a 2, which looks possible actually. So 6, oh no, 6 can't be here because of this 6. So on this row, 6 has to be here. Okay. Now, on this row, 1 has to go there because on the thermometer, 1 can only be at the bulb. And this one is 3, 4, or 5. And it can't be 3. Because if this is 3, then this has to be 2. But with 3 here, we see a 4, a 5, and a 6, and the clue should be 4. So this can't be a 3. So 3 on this row must be in this cell. And this has to be 4 or 5. This is 5 or 6. And now we know that this clue is either 2 or 3. It's 2 if 5 is here and 4 is there, and it's 3 is if 4 is here and 5 is there. And now this clue is 1 or 2. And something I had noticed and I've forgotten. Oh yes, this 3. We already see 2 buildings. And we know that we must see buildings number 6. But 6 can't go there nor there. And it can't go here because we would have 5 between 2, 3, and 6, and this 3 wouldn't be fulfilled. So 6 has to go here, making this a 5, this a 4, this a 5, and now we see 4, 5, 6. This clue must be a 3. Let's have a look at those 6s. We need 2 more. On this row, 6 can only be here or there, but this is forbidden for 6. On the thermo, 6 can only be at the end. Well, yes. If we put a 6 here, then this has to be at least 7. And we can't see 7 buildings in here. So 6 has to be here. And the only remaining place for a 6 is this cell, making this part of the thermo really useless because, well, this won't be of any use. Now, these must be 1, 4, and 5. So this is 105, this is 104. We need 1, 2, and 3 in here. Oh, 6 being here, this clue has to be a 2. So this is now 3 or 5, but it can't be a 5, because then this would have to be a 6. And it's forbidden by this, so now this can only be a 4, because of this 6 and this 5. This is a 1, that's a 5, that's a 4. Those are 1 and 2, and because of this one, they are placed in this order. This cell is a naked single, not 1, 2, not 3, 4, or 6. It has to be 5. 1 and 2 in those cells, 3 and 4 here. What next? 5, 5. 5 can only go here in this fourth column. Those are 2 and 3. This clue here is a 2 because we see 2 buildings only. This clue here, we see 5 buildings on this column. Now this has to be between 2 and 5. It has to be 3 or 4. So we already see at least one of those 5 and 6. So we already see at least 4 buildings in this direction. So this can't be 3, it has to be 4. And 3 is before the 2, because if it were the other way, we would see 5 buildings. So that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 2. And the rest should be straightforward. That's this, and that's a 2, that's a 3, and that's a 1. And 1 on the outside for this clue. So this wraps up the solve of this very nice puzzle by Serkan Yürekli, these Thermo Skyscrapers. Thanks for watching this video and see you soon on SudoKanard.